up that 40-point quarter in the first quarter. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we already know that. Like I keep saying this, that they're outmatched, and Brooklyn's supposed to win this series. Maybe I'm seeing something else, but it's something about the fight and the spirit of this Celtic team is just disturbing to watch.
We did see a little fight from Evan Fournier in the second half there, and then we'd be remiss if we didn't say Jason Tatum went down early in that third quarter due to getting his eye poked out by Kevin Durant. We will have an update on him, hopefully, from Brad Stevens coming up. But you're right, Perk. The Celtics lost this game in the first half. I mean, they were in it for the first few minutes, and then Joe Harris just went off.
He did. And I thought the Nets did a great job of just actually finding him. But they just set the tone. And everything was just too easy. Like, no resistance. You know, they catching in rhythm. A lot of these are like, Abby, these are pregame shots. Pre-game rotation, like they couldn't even, the Nets couldn't even turn up and show no type of emotion. That's how easy it was for them tonight.
Preseason, you mean, right? The defense, just how unconnected it was.
Oh, preach. Tell me about it. I mean, as the Celtics, though, I mean, you just owe the Celtics fans more pride, like for 48 minutes. And like I said, Abby, this is one of those series, one of these games, like the pressure is really not on you, right? And so it's like, it should be easy to go out there and play hard. Like, forget being efficient and making shots. It should be easy for you just to go out there and compete and just play hard. Like, and that seems like a problem.
So that's what it looked like in the first half. Here are the numbers, and if you're a fan of Mad Men, not great, Bob. Celtics trailed by 24, gave up 71 first half points. The Nets shot 52% to the Celtics 38. And the assist disparity is really what stands out to me, Perk. 19 assists for the Nets, 7 for the Celtics. So what do they do? What do you take from this? I mean, the good news is Game 3 coming up on Friday night. They've got some time off. Hopefully Jason Tatum has some time to heal. What do you take from this?
Well, I mean, it's just role players, right? We already know role players play better where at home. So hopefully role players rise to the occasion. Hopefully the energy in the Boston Garden is going to be rocking. I know it's not full capacity, but anything could help these Celtic players right now. And it's just no fight. And I said this before the series started. A lot of people were saying I dug too deep into it, but I kind of didn't like Brad Stevens' comments before the series even started. And people were saying, oh, he's playing a psychological game. And I was like, I kind of don't like that approach with this Celtic team. They already had a history. They already had a history of this season of being inconsistent, not really competing. And it just seemed like you get to this point where you fight so hard to get into the play-in tournament, get to the 7th seed, and here it is, you have a chance to compete against the best. You have a chance to go out there and just leave it all out on the floor with no type of pressure whatsoever. But then we keep talking about playing hard as a group. Like, you have certain players that went out there and competed on the Celtics, but it was less than a handful, in my opinion.
Perk. In this throne, holding court. I was just going to say, for so long, it gave us time to bring in Scout.
They ain't ready. They weren't ready to play this game today. They weren't. They went into this game thinking, oh, I got an idea. Let's just crack Blake Griffin off the dribble and shoot it. And not understanding that if you don't move James Harden, if you don't move Kyrie Irving, if you don't move Kevin Durant defensively, you're done. You're done. Yep. Those guys are going to make shots all day long. Then they're going to be oohs and ahs from the crowd. They're going to be after Kyrie's going to be winking to people in the stands and all this stuff. Like, you're not going to beat them if the Brooklyn Nets are standing around on the defensive end. You can go one-on-one against Blake Griffin all you want. You're not beating these guys unless you're moving the ball and attacking multiple times on a possession. You almost should be taking all your shots with 7 seconds or less on the shot clock after you just moved the ball 10 to 15 times. That's how you're going to beat these guys. You're not going to do it this way. So They can come back in game 3. We can talk about Kevin Durant being how good he is. If you're not moving it and you're not moving bodies, you're done.
Scout, to me, I think what was most discouraging is that we saw defensively what they are capable of. If they are 5 guys on a string, everyone is following the game plan. It felt like tonight they reverted back to shots aren't falling, not getting what we want, not doing what we want, and then not getting back on defense either.
Well, you're not stopping this team unless you work them on the other end. Like that's just like today they picked the Celtics apart. There's nothing the Celtics could have done defensively to stop the onslaught of the Joe Harris threes coming from all the superstars. Now, you can do that by working and being better offensively. And I don't mean just by jacking up shots. So, we can do this. We can pretend it's not going to happen unless they really work these guys defensively. They are too good offensive players. They're all too good offensively.
Including Joe Harris, who is a role player on this team when you look at him next to the big 3. And while I have 2 role players here, 2 guys who are on a team that had a big 3 that did go on to win a championship, what is it like to play alongside those guys? And what is it like to be on a team and then have stars like that come in?
Ask Perk. Perk feasted off of that. Ask Big Perk. He knows what that's about, getting layup after layup.
I did, but as a role player, though, you still had to do your part. Because we played against teams where they took away certain things that we were trying to do. And, of course, teams make adjustments. So they would say, oh, Perk or Rondo is going to have to beat us. They're going to have to beat us doing this. And we just did whatever Doc asked us to do, whether that was double flooding or whatever the case may be. But here's my thing, right? I just find it strange. Like, the Celtics are not even trying to junk it up. Like, they're not even trying to, have no type of animosity, no beef. Like,
I agree.
Is that effort?
I agree. Perk is spot on. Hey, Perk, did you see the possession where Kevin Durant posted up Aaron Nesmith? He just got the catch, took the 2 dribbles, went right. Like, if you're guarding Kevin Durant, you have to try to make him catch the ball at least 25 feet outside.
Rookie. Aaron Nesmith sitting there, he's like, I got Kevin Durant on me. What's he gonna do? No,
I'm saying when you're guarding him, you gotta fight. You gotta fight so he doesn't get a catch. You never know. Like,
I'm watching. Look, seriously. I'm watching a Memphis Grizzly team, right? That's young as hell. Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks. And I'm watching them go out there and actually believe in themselves, right? Actually really going out there on the court and saying, we're the better team. And going against the Jazz, they're really not, if you look at it, but they believe that way.
Yeah.
You have a kid that's a rookie by the name of Baines, right? He comes in off the bench. You have Tillman, who comes in off the bench, who's, by the way, a rookie who plays with a certain type of tenacity and certain type of edge. You see them picking fights. You see them pushing and shoving. Rudy Gobert over there flopping and doing all this, right? You just see them junking up the game. That's my thing, Abby.
KD was out here flopping too. That's what Evan Fournier was calling him out for.
If you outmatched, you got to junk it up.
You got to fight.
I'm just saying you're asking a lot of Nesmith. You can't tell me Nesmith isn't out there trying as hard as he can.
Not on that one catch. Like what Perk is saying is, if you're going against